Shalom, giving all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Yashim, Yahweh Shai, by Shem, Wakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well. Peace and many salutations to you, Akyong, toiling in his truth. Now, this is Hakah of the Genesis group, formerly of the second in command of the Sakari group. And this is him standing on a person. Looks like he could be Edomite. And the first thing that I thought to myself when I seen this right here was, real soon it's not going to be cool to be a Hebrew Israelite, Right now, through the endeavors of, certain people, really starting with the apostles and the elders low key, the understanding who the true Israelites are, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, have penetrated mainstream and even pop culture. You got guys like Kodak Black that's even proclaiming that he's a Hebrew Israelite, even though he's bugged out. So there's a substantial amount of people that know, somewhat about our doctrine, and what we teach. And people are able to make, money off of, people awakening and people, endorsing the truth, the movement. Now, within that, of course, you'll have the accuser, which I got this this picture from Vocab Malone, and he's going to go to great lengths to accuse us. He actually did a sit down, well, I should say video, about how supposedly Hebrew Israelite unalived Martin Luther King Jr.'s mother. He brought that out. And, it's funny how we can bring out a plethora of information about the wickedness of the so-called white church, even until this day, which Vocab Malone's denomination, the Calvinists, the Reformed Calvinists, is riddled with, are plagued with white Christian nationalists, but he could bring out, one story about, a bugged out Israelite doing something crazy, and it would stick. And the reason why is because people want to believe in the whole black violence, stereotype, man. When everything else fails, you could always depend on so-called black fear. Okay. That has always galvanized Esau, Edom, to do some wicked shit. And the reason why is because this man, he's a truly guilty one. Okay. And now, contemporarily speaking, now that, we've got a voice and we have power through these scriptures, you have people taking advantage of that and doing things like this on your screen. And this is going to be a way in which the ministry is going to be blamed. Guys like him, doing off the wall shit like this, No, you might get put in situations to where, you put hands on somebody. Shit, I have myself, one time at a, my X amount of years being out there, but that was just one time. I'm not going out there looking to fight. And, other brothers that had done the same thing. We're not going out there looking for fights. We're not, and we're not going out there to provoke anybody. But this guy, Hakai, um, a huge part of this guy's ministry, which shows you that he's a false prophet, is controversy. He has to get into it with people, debate people, you know, uh, influence people to let him step on them, which is worldly, man. You stepping on this guy's back, what is that going to do? You still got to get your black ass up and hustle. What I mean by you got to sell that merch. You got to get out there. You got to sell your breakdowns, which is going off, right? You pretty much got other streams of income that you into, which I don't know. I'm not pocket watching you, but you gotta work, bro. In the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna have to work. In the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna have to toil in this thing, you know. Which that shows you we're not in our kingdom, bro. We're not here to be glorified, man. We're here to glorify Yahweh Shai. That's the only guy that's gonna get us out of here, you know. But again, you got guys that are corner, you know. They've been in for a while, you know. Been in for a while that's doing, crazy shit. And it shows you that, they never was really into this thing. And when Jacob's trouble hit, a lot of these guys that are into this type of stuff, I'm standing on the east side, I'm standing on business. Man, these guys gonna flake, bro. These guys gonna be the ones that's gonna tell, they already got a scapegoat within us dealing with Deuteronomy 28, 22 and 28. They're gonna utilize it. They're gonna push blames on other people, right? And these guys gonna cower away from, Jacob's trouble and try to ease it as much as possible. Okay, which shows you they don't really know what they're in this thing for. They're in this thing for a name. Okay. Now let's get a couple of scriptures. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 22. Flee also useful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Right. So, when you enter this thing, you gotta let go of youthful lust, man. You know, um, wanting to be that guy, wanting to be seen as that man, the man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that go, bro, because it's not about us individually speaking. It's about Yahweh Shai and what He done for us, man. What Yahweh Shai done for us is something big. Um, rectifying the relationship between us, the nation of Israel, and the Most High. That's something that's big, and with that, you should be ushering in His kingdom by telling the people to get right, because before He comes, all hell's about to break loose. Trouble is going to ensue, and it's not going to be nothing sweet. Okay, it's not going to be nothing sweet, but the elect are going to endure. The elect are going to overcome. If you're not getting your congregation ready for that, man, and you pushing your own agenda, your own idiosyncrasies, man, you're doing the people that's believing in you a grave disservice, bro. A grave disservice, bro. And that's what we see with this guy Hakai. Yeah, he's showing them how to cut people and showing them breakdowns, things of that nature. But the weightier things of the scriptures, he's not teaching them, of humility. You know what I'm saying? Of of being a servant, of integrity. You dig? This man talking to the apostles crazy, calling them old niggas, calling them clowns. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the apostle, Ramla, apostle, the bar, apostle Tahar crazy. Especially apostle call. It shows you don't have integrity, bro. You know? Can't be told shit. Because again, he wants to be that guy. And within him doing so, he's placing blame on the truth by doing, childish shit that you see before you on your screen, bro. Okay? 2 Corinthians 6:3. Giving no offense in anything that the ministry be not blamed. So we're not supposed to give any offense, you know, you know, that the ministry be blamed. I'm gonna read this in NLT. We live in such a way that no one will stumble because of us, and no one will find fault with our ministry. So we conduct ourselves a certain way, so the ministry cannot be blamed, man. Go out there on the highways and byways. It's not about cutting. It's not about debating and things of that nature. A lot of times now, when these Christians come up, man, we're dismissing them. You know, we're dismissing them. You know, because we're not here to try to convince you or cut you, man. We're about, you know, ultimately teaching to those who have ears to hear. We understand a lot of people, and they ain't gonna understand what we're saying. So hey, live your life, bro. A lot of guys that are Israelites that are called themselves Christians, live your life. We're not here to go back and forth with you. And also, we know that this truth is not for everybody. Yes, this truth is for a certain ethnic group, and it's the Israelites. It's only for the elect of the Israelites at that. So we're not here to convince Esau Edom that we're right. We're not here to get corner victories, like by convincing somebody, that we should allow them to let us step on their back. And a lot of guys that come out there that are humble like this, that look like Edomites, they could in fact be Israelites, bro. But if you don't have the lens of the prophets, if you're not able to try the spirit by the spirit, then you're gonna do, some wayward shit like this. And again, it's not gonna be cool to be Israelite real soon, man. It's not gonna be cool. It's not gonna be hip. Then we're gonna see what it do. We're gonna see, man, who's what and who's who and who's and what's what. We shall see. We shall see. You know. But a lot of guys, man, we should start the show. You ain't, you know, you never had it, bro. You never had it. Okay. Let's get to another scripture, man. I'm gonna read this in 2 Corinthians 1:12. I'm gonna read this. In NLT. 2 Corinthians 1:12. We can say with confidence and in a clear conscience that we have lived with a God-given holiness and sincerity in all our dealings. We have depended on God's grace, not on our own human wisdom. So, we depend on the teachings of Yahweh Shai, his grace, not this worldly wisdom. The ability to cut somebody, the ability, the how to debate, how to cut someone, how to, use ration and trip somebody up in their words, which, it's not bad to do. There's brothers that know how to debate, that's very edifying. Brother, the Kahan, Tasama of my camp. He's very excellent at that. You know, shoot. Sometimes, a lot of times when people come out, so I'm like, hey, go ahead, bro. That's his lane. He's good. He's great at it. Let him go. Because it's edifying, and he has a pure heart, you know. So there's nothing wrong with that, but when that's your focal point of the ministry, that's when it's a problem. Because Yahweh Shai is not seen. It's about what you could do. It's about how you could cut somebody. Okay? It's worldly. So back to the scriptures. I was in the middle of this verse, so I'll just read it over again. We can say with confidence, now it's 2 Corinthians 1 and 12. So like 2 Corinthians 1 and 12. Sorry about that in the NLT. It says, we can say with confidence and a clear conscience that we have lived in a God-given, we live with a God-given holiness. In sincerity in our dealings, we have depended on God's grace, not on our own human wisdom. This is how we have conducted ourselves before the world, and especially towards you. This is what our apostles and elders have exemplified. We're alluding to First Corinthians, the first chapter, and First Corinthians chapter, second chapter. Do the apostles and bishops, do they know these various uh, theological terms, and studied uh, you know uh, contemporaries that they could bring out in other books that they could bring out, and that could sound very smart in the world, of course, but they teach it in the simplicity of Yahweh Shai. That's it, bro. They're teaching the simplicity of Yahweh Shai, and that's where it's at. Giving the people the raw, unadulterated truth. Look, this and that. Look, if you're part of the elect, you're gonna make it. When Yahweh Shai return, you're gonna get beamed up. If you part of 2/3, you're gonna die. Other heathens, you're not gonna make it at all. You're not gonna make it. This ain't for you. Well, when the nation of Israel come back, you will be tributaries unto us. Esau, Edom, you going into slavery, bro. After 1,000 years, you be exterminated off the face of the earth, right? Before, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, you so-called black women, you ready to foot up your ass. Which include Latina women, so-called Native American women, which are Israelites. You need to foot up your ass. It's very simple. Now, within that simplicity, there's a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? But within teaching is very simple, simplistic. It's not of the wisdom of this world, right? And a lot of people use the wisdom of this world. They use it for a hidden agenda. They use it to propagate themselves as leaders, right? So when Jacob's trouble comes, again, these guys been playing with this truth. We're going to see what it do. It's Sirach 1 and 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thy fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in the truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. Ooh! Hey, and when you get a bad reputation among the brothers, that shit stain, bro. How much more so for the world? How much more so for, you know, in the midst of the whole nation of Israel? Because a guy like this, when shit get hit the fan, bro, I honestly think he gonna start telling. I can see him on CNN, saying, giving an interview, articulating himself well as hell, how he was in a black coat, because he came in for with a hidden agenda, bro. Okay. All right. So pray this edifying. We gonna see. We gonna see what it do. Shalom.